session, I just want to give a note to all the people. Thanks for joining for the first, no? First, because today is Saturday and a lot of people are enjoying their life. If you are a software engineer, then definitely you know how exactly the day would be. And if you are any person, like Saturday means everything will be ending and you will be starting your Sunday. And a lot of people would chill out and go out and have some great time and with friends and family members and all. But I really wanted to appreciate for taking some time out of your busy schedule to improve yourself. That itself is the first starting point of improving your life and communication skills. And I really wanted to appreciate. That's the reason I get more interest and more motivation to conduct the classes and come up with more and more psychology knowledge, which I gained from past 4.5 years of research. I have read nearly 80 plus books to understand the human mind and the brain, why we are suffering with our problems. That is what my research title, okay? Why human beings are suffering. Is suffering is optional. Why I am not suffering? That is a one question. Why with the same problem everyone is suffering? What is the difference between me and the other people around me? And then I got to know mind blowing answers for my question. And in that process, I started explaining to the people, if I can change myself, why can't you? Be it communication, be it your technical skills, or improving your knowledge, improving your status, improving your financial level, everything, anything can be improved if you just follow the suggestions which I'm going to share after, within next 10-15 minutes. That will completely transform your life, and it has transformed so many people's lives from past 4.5 years. But only reason why I did not post anything in Instagram or in social media is I was parallelly doing my job. It was illegal to me to do the say both the things. Okay, I should not conduct these classes. So that was the only single reason why I did not post. But after seeing the problem of the people who are suffering with, then I feel there are a lot of fake platforms which are unnecessarily offering fake promises that within 21 days, 5 days workshop, 3 days workshop, and all. You might have seen this, right? In Instagram, you get the reels, the advertisement reels. And by believing those things, people are thinking that, okay, anyone can improve within 21 days like that. And whenever I'm saying it will take 3 to 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, they are saying, no, we are not interested to join. Then go and die. That's it. So you go to 21 days challenge and then you will join there by spending a lot of money. And then again, after 21 days, you will be same person. Nothing will change. And then I realized that there is a lack of good platform, and I have created this good platform, but only thing was I was not able to promote it because of other reasons. And now I started promoting it, and people started feeling like, if it is that much big platform and good platform, then why it did not famous that much previously? So that was a one concern people had. So it's okay, great things takes what
Take
Time.
time.
more
Will
time.
take time.
And good things always have
Good result.
Yeah, will take time.
value outside. Okay, so if everyone became a communicator, then what is the value for you? No value. Okay, remember, if everyone is able to remember, no, learn the communication skills within 21 days, there will be no value for communication skills. Remember that. And that's the reason nowadays people are taking a communication skill as a filtration criteria. Previously, people used to take the technical skills as a filtration criteria, but now people are not at all that much concerned about your technical skills. Why? The reason? What is the reason why
due
people are
to
not?
due to
Guess.
lack of communication.
Okay, no, that is a different case. Try, different. What has changed? Yes.
Everyone can tell about the technical skills.
Why? How it is possible?
There is a
They need
Google.
to
Technology.
showcase what they
Chat
Chat
have.
GPT.
GPT.
Chat
Yeah.
GPT, Chat GPT, AI. Okay.
Technology.
Technology. Currently, we are having a Chat GPT, right? So because of that, even first class kid also, if you know how to type in English, please write the program for addition of two numbers. You will get immediately within 1 minute. That's the beauty of Chat
Uh,
GPT and technology. But what is needed to type that line is a communication. How well you can effectively
yes. True.
communicate with the people around you, how effectively you can communicate with the machines are going to decide your value nowadays. Not how much good at you are writing the program and all. If you take 30 days to complete one program, ChatGPT can write within 3 minutes that same program. And currently I'm working in software industry, and every day I use ChatGPT. But I explain the things in my project as if I only did those all the things. And my managers would feel like, oh God, how much great knowledge you have like that. Why? Because the kind of confidence which I showcase while explaining that lines, they feel like he has done on his own. And they said, Rakesh, you are a very intelligent man
Yes,
like
sir.
that. But who is intelligent? Not me, ChatGPT. Okay. So what is my best strength is ability to communicate with the ChatGPT in an effective manner. Because of my prompt engineering. Prompting is what? Prompt engineering means what? What is prompt engineering?
Convey.
Exactly what you need.
Typing, okay, kind of giving the inputs. Giving the inputs to the particular machine is called
The
prompt.
proper.
Prompt. Clear? So that is called prompt engineering. And now you don't have to be a good coder, nothing. Prompt engineering, if you can learn prompt, how to give the right prompts, then you can literally able to get whatever you want. So that's why now there is a huge demand for communication skills. And that's why there is a huge demand for communication skill trainer also. Please go on mute, those who are not okay speaking. Yeah. So that's the reason there is a huge demand for communication skill trainer also. That's why I have taken this okay role. But it's okay. But how many people are adding a lot of value to you? How many of you have tried other platforms before joining in my class? Can you show please your hands? How many of you have tried outside training, any other platforms to improve your communication skills before joining in my class? Okay, Naresh G and others. Okay, Sampath. Okay, two people. Yes,
Yes,
Sampath.
sir.
Have you felt the difference? I think it's been you are joining 3 days, right? 3 to 4 days.
Yes, there is a lot of differences there.
There's a lot of difference, right?
Uh-huh.
Like a lot of times what I'm listening nowadays that, sir, I have paid 5,000, 10,000 in other platform. Especially I'm listening this word called English partner. Okay, English
Yes, I
partner.
even
Oh, you
I
also, you
I took
also.
the yes,
Okay, 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 fine.
English part.
So a lot of people are saying that they joined an English partner, and then they are providing audio links and some recordings and asking them to improve their communication skills. Is it right, Sampath? Is that the way they
Yes,
have
sir.
it? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Every day they
Yes,
will send
sir.
on audio. We need to listen that video, and what we understood from that audio, we need to send the audio to them in WhatsApp.
Okay. But communication skills are not
And
developed
they
in such
gave
a way. Oh, please. Yes, who's that?
they gave some sentences and convert to Telugu as Telugu, sir. I'm
Oh,
Bhargavi, sir.
oh, you are Bhargavi. Okay, okay. Yeah. So
But there is no speaking platform, sir.
no speaking
First few
platform.
days they will tell grammar, sir. Later that they will give one day they will give some task, audio or video link like that.
Yes. Now in front of 33 people you are communicating. Okay.
Yes, sir.
This is called communication. This is called communication. When you started appearing and started speaking in front of the people, that's where fear will go. But when you are,
Yes, sir.
in the room, everyone can speak. If they turn on and if you go in front of the mirror, everyone will be a great dancer and singer and everyone, right? But when actual problem comes, only when you go onto the stage and in front of the people, if you want to perform, that's where the real problem comes into the picture. But unfortunately, these people, the English partner is my biggest enemy. Why? Because a lot of people are not believing me now. Because they are thinking that I also do the same thing. And a lot of people are saying that, sir, how can I believe you? Just join. You are spending only 1,500 to 2,000. That's it. Based on your, if you're employee, then 2,000, and if you're a student, it's a 1,500. You just join once, and 1,500 is like normal thing, right? If you go to birthday party, you're just spending 5,000 rupees for parties and all. With that
Yes, sir.
1,500 into 3 months, 4,500, I can change your life itself. That's what I'm saying. But still, people think because they already fixed it in their mind that they will not change. I will tell the reasons why it is going to be with my psychology now. Okay. Today's psychology is about that only. Why their mind is fixed like that and what exactly happening in their mind. Please, Amulya, go on mute. Okay. Please don't unmute unless until I ask you to mute, then only. Otherwise, if there is a disturbance, don't please unmute. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. And now I have told the things what I want to tell. Communication skills are very important. If you agree or don't agree, if you join now or join 10 years later or 15 years later, Definitely, communication skills are very important nowadays to live a better life. The problem with all our middle class people is this only: we don't know what is having huge value outside. We'll always want to be that clerk and the slave, under the people who are very good communicators. And then the good communicators don't even know how to do write the programs and all, but they will use you as a maid or a slave, and then they take they get you to the work, and then they will allow you to do all the work and they get the credit. If you can't speak for your own work, then who will get the credit? The person who speak for your work will get the credit. And that's why please take it as a high priority, and then work on your communication skills. Even if it takes 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, also fine, but don't give up. And then definitely you will reach to a place where you can express your thoughts and feelings in front of anyone. Now see, are you seeing any fear on my face? I come from Telugu medium background. I come from very, very poor village. I come from very poor family background. And it was a lockdown time. I spent 10,000 rupees for my English communication skills to improve my communication skill. That was only 3 months program. But the best investment in my entire life, the 10,000 rupees what I paid, right? Now it has changed my entire life itself. I paid nearly 2 lakhs in my BTech college to complete 4 years of BTech college. No confidence. I got gold medal, but there was no use. But after that, when I improved my communication skills, my life has become the gold. So that's the value of communication skills. And who is the better trainer than me who can train you on these things? No one. That's the reason I've taken up this role as a trainer. And now I'm helping the people. And if you would have seen today's video, right? If you see, just read the comments under the video which I've posted. People who are all my students who are posting about the, what exactly their experience is all about. And still, if you don't want to join, then you are always welcome to leave this class. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, then let's start today's session without delay. Please give your next 40 minutes to me. I'll be asking questions. I'll be asking different things. And this 40-minute session is going to change your mind. Once your mind changes, means communication is a byproduct. 1% of your mindset is a communication. Okay. If your mindset is changing, then communication is along with it only, it will change. You don't have to again separately work on communication skills. Okay. So give your full attention. I'm sharing my screen. And yes, Pujita and Shruti, please make sure that you record all the things and all. Okay. So don't move anything. Just keep the videos aside, and the half of the screen is the video. Half of the screen is the my screen. Okay. And in between, guys, please don't unmute yourself unless until it's required, because we are a lot of people, so it may disturbing to the other people. Okay, so you have written the test, total 48 questions, and I hope you have written this score key, and then you might have got this score, final score. If your score is more than 8, then you are optimistic person. I'll tell what is optimistic, pessimistic, and how optimistic people are differ from pessimistic people. I'll tell each and everything with lot of psychology study. Okay, scientific studies. And then if you are ranging from 6 to 8, if you have scored in today's test, today's psychology test, if you have scored this 6 to 8, then you are moderately optimistic. If you are 3 to 5, average, I think a lot of people less than 0. Okay, very pessimistic. And then, and your HOB score, okay, if your HOB score is HOB, nothing but hope, whether you're a hopeful person or hopeless person. If there is no hope, then you will die. If there is no hope in your life, you will commit suicide. That's the reason. Okay. So hope, HOB also very important. And what is your HOB score? If it is 0, 1, 2, you are extremely hopeful. Okay. If your HOB score is 0, 1, or 2, you are extraordinarily hopeful in your life. It doesn't matter whatever, you are still having the hope for your future and life. But if you are having 3, 4, 5, 6, moderately hopeful, okay, normal, average, or less than average, above average, and then less average, no hope, and severely hopeless. When you are in this condition, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, if you got this score in your HOB, then I will please tell you, please stay in my class. Otherwise, there will be a serious problem for you in the future in your life. We never knows. There will be a lot of suicidal thoughts also comes into your mind, and then you may commit suicide. I've seen in my own life, I have conducted this test, and one of my cousin sister has died. She got committed suicide. And at the time when she took this test, she got 16. And then I tried to help her for 1 week, but unfortunately she couldn't get my help because of so other reasons. And then after just within 3 months only, she got committed suicide. So And whereas the other people who got this also, who stayed in my class for 3 months, have transformed themselves, and then they successfully lived their life and got the great job, and then they started living very happy life. So that's the reason. Yeah, it's up to you. But you have to go through a lot of psychological sessions and there are a lot of psychiatrists out there, so you can take their help also. But why to take? I'm here to help you, even though I'm not psychologist, but I've read what exactly the biggest great psychologists read the books, right? I read such kind of books in my life, so I have very great knowledge in my mind. I can help you with the knowledge which I gained. Okay, hope this is clear about the test. And now let's start our today's session, which is very important, very interesting session, where you will all learn what exactly optimistic and pessimistic, and why we should be optimistic, why we should not be pessimistic, and what will happen in our life if you are pessimistic, and what are all the benefits you can get if you are optimistic. Okay, so let's start. Yeah. So today's presentation is about optimism. Optimism is nothing but it's a positive rational thinking. Positive rational thinking. Positive rational thinking means you should think positively in a realistic way. In a realistic way. Okay. So if you are having 5.6 or 5.8 height, and if you are having the hope that you will get a police job, then that is called optimistic thinking. But if your height is 2.5 centimeters or meters or whatever it is, and then if you are aiming that with a full of positivity, but your height criteria will not fit into, so that the time you should be positive, but at the same time realistic also, what works and what will not work. So that is called optimistic thinking. Simple. When you are doing something thinking that it will be successful, that is a positive thinking. But when you are driving the brakeless cars and thinking that still it will also go fine, means that is a negative thinking. Okay, so means you should be optimistic at the same time realistic. Obviously, if you are driving brakeless car by thinking that I'm very fully optimistic, nothing will happen, means something will happen. Definitely the car will grow and crash and you will die. So you should be very careful when it comes to positive thinking plus realistic. That realistic in the psychology we call it as a rational thinking. Rational thinking means appropriate thinking. Irrational thinking means there is no sense of your thinking. There is no sense. Sometimes you see, right? Why is thinking senseless? You will say these lines, right? He is behaving like a without sense, like that. Then why we should have the optimism in our life? Because if you really wanted to be happy in your life, if you really wanted to be successful in your life, if you really wanted to be healthy in your life, optimism is the key ingredient in your life. If you are missing this optimism in your life, then whatever you wanted to be happy, whatever you want to be successful, whatever you wanted to have a health and any achievement, nothing can be fulfilled. Nothing can be fulfilled if you are not an optimistic thinker. So that's the reason being optimistic is a very important in your life to be successful, happy, peaceful, and achieving. Okay, so I will tell you what is the difference between optimistic and pessimistic and why you should be optimistic and all. Give your next 40 minutes to me. I will take you to the different world. I will take you to the different world. After this presentation, you will be in a position to explain everything what I explain to other people. That is my specialty. That is why I'm good communicator. So whatever I'm explaining, right, everything will feed your mind, register in your mind. And after that, you will be able to explain to anyone. If I ask you to write 5 pages on this particular presentation, you will write. Okay, you will see after this class. Anyhow, we have a feedback writing, right? In that you will write the 5 pages. I know. Okay. Yeah. Before understanding optimism, I want you to tell you learned helplessness. Very important. If you are really struggling with your life, this concept is very important. I want you to understand. Learned helplessness is a psychology concept which was introduced by the Martin Seligman. Is a great psychologist. What he did was he conducted one test on the dogs. Okay, he conducted one test on the dog. So for his experiment, what he did, he took one tray. He took one tray, and then he placed the dog on the other side of the. If you see here, right, the box here, the box is there. This is a chamber, and one side of the chamber, if you see the basement bottom one, there are the bars. Okay, bars at the bottom. Half of the bars are having the electric shock, and remaining half of the bars are having no electric shock. In the first time experiment, first time when he was conducting, there was no wall in between. If you see here, this wall is there, right, where the dog is jumping, that wall was not there. So when it was on the side of the shocking bars, when the shock was, when it felt the shock, then it immediately moved to other side of the bar when there was no shock, and then it felt comfortable. Next day in the experiment, he put the wall in between, where it is little bit difficult for the dog to move other side. And then he infused again the electricity. This time dog tried to move to the other side, but it could not move other side because of the wall. And then it felt shock and it tried so many times to jump out of the wall, but it could not. And then it felt like, okay, I can't jump from this place to other place. And then it learned to be helpless. Now it is helpless because it tried 3 4 times and it could not cross that wall, and then it just stayed there itself. And next day, the experiment again, the psychologist removed that bar and again infused the electricity. Now dog has started and trained to be helpless. It can't do anything, it can't act anything. And then even though it was shocking, there was no wall in between, still it continued to stay in the shocking area itself, not try to move other side. That is called learned helplessness. Okay, you learn how to be helpless. You don't want to put any efforts to move or change your state of life. That's what happening with your communication skills also. You have tried so many times by joining in different platforms at the time when you had a lot of fear and when there was less knowledge, and maybe in your school time you had that fear because of English teacher, English grammar and all. And now you got fixed in your mind that okay, you are completely helpless. And even though there is a chance for you to improve your communication skills, now you are treating yourself as a learned helplessness. Now there is no that much difficulty, there is no that much difficulty. I have removed the wall, but still you are staying in the fear of stage only, that fear state only. You're not coming out the other side. The other side is very easy now to move on, and for that you should be really willing to go other side. But if you really feel like okay, I'm helpless, I can't do anything, my life is like this, I can't change, it is my because of my genes, I am from Telugu medium background, nothing. Everything is a just a reasons, excuses, not the real reasons. Okay. And I always wondered whenever I see a very big elephants, always tied up with a small rope. And elephants are very big, giant animals, right? If it wanted to break that, sorry, what is that? Whatever it is, the chain or the rope or which is holding them back. If they wanted to try to break that, it is a very normal thing, right? If you see animals when they are, they will move the trees and the trucks and the bus and the vans also. Why can't they just tore that one small rope or the chain? It is just not even 0.1% of its entire strength. But the real reason was when the elephant was so small, at that time, the person who is taking care of that elephants tied the elephant leg with that rope. When it was child, it was having very less energy to break that rope. And at that time, it tried so much to break that, but it could not. And then it learned now, I can't break that rope. The rope is very stronger than me, and I can't break that rope. And by assuming and by thinking, by learning that, it became helpless. Now it learned helplessness. And that's why, even though it can change it can break all its limitations, but still it is living in that life. And we are all also doing the same thing in our lives. Maybe when you are a child, when you tried something and you failed, and that feeded in your mind, and now you are still continuing with the same fear. But if you can just use this concept of now how to come out of the learned helplessness, you can easily change your life and forever. That's what I did in my life. I was a completely different person 4.5 years back. Now, if my friends and anyone comes to and see me, they will say that we have never seen a biggest transformation than your life in the real life, in the real time. So that's what I did in my life. I want to help you with the same thing, same techniques what I applied in my life to change and transform. Same will applicable to you, and you can also change. It's very simple, very simple. Okay. So learned helplessness is the very biggest fundamental problem where everyone is facing now. And if you are aware of this problem, then you can easily change if you are really willing to change. Okay. So in humans, habits, bad habits, they don't want to come out of, they got addicted to cigarettes and smoking and alcohol and different things. but but as you have understood now, if you really wanted to break any habit, I will tell you how to change that in upcoming session, in upcoming slides. Okay.
Rakesh, sorry
Yeah,
for the interruption. Actually, I have a call with my users regarding the checkout. I need to drop from this call.
you can don't worry, you can drop off. Okay.
Thank you.
I'll share the recording, but only to you, not to everyone, but remember. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, fine. Those who want to leave without informing me if there is a reason. Okay, don't disturb my flow, don't disturb the class. Okay, please. And before understanding any psychology concept, if you take any 100 books in psychology, have you learned your English ABCDs? How much important? How, if you want to learn English, how it is important to know ABCDs. In the same way, if you want to learn about psychology, you should understand this particular diagram. This is the base and fundamental for every psychology concept. And what exactly it is it's a human triangle. I call it as a human triangle. This is how your human behavior and thoughts and feelings works. So how it is interlinked? You see, thoughts are connected to feelings are connected to behaviors are connected to thoughts. Simple. One thought came to your mind. This class is very interesting. What do you feel? You feel very happy by joining this class. And then the moment when you feel very happy, automatically your behavior changes and you become more attentive, and then you start writing and getting whatever I'm speaking here. And then that behavior leads to some more that, oh, you will feel like I am listening to this class very carefully. That thought comes. And what you feel? You feel very happy about yourself by giving your full attention here. So that's how the things connected. And the same thought comes. Something, my husband did not pick the call. That thought comes. Something would have happened to him. Okay, maybe something would have happened to him. And then what will happen? You immediately feel little sad and you started worried and you started getting panic, right? And then what will happen? The behavior and action will change. You will get immediately, you don't observe anything, and then you get panic and sweat and you call someone else and all. And then again negative thoughts. And then like that, what is the root cause here? Thought is the biggest root cause of all your problems. If you can change that thought, you can change everything else. But to change the thoughts, you need to careful about what is feeding into your mind by reading, watching, and listening. But if you open your Instagram, you will see all the self-blaming reels only. Everywhere you tag yourself, whenever there is a sleepy, whenever there is a lazy, whenever there is a unsuccessful, unemployed, and all, you tag yourself, and you also feel proud when your friends are tagging you that you are lazy and you don't want to wake up early and you don't want to do hard work. And there are sometimes I've seen certain images where whenever I touch the book, I immediately feel bored and I don't like to read the books. Like that, you will always self tag yourself, and that thought will create the feeling. What feeling? It's very difficult, and that feeling will leads to the action. I don't want to do, and you don't do. And nowadays everyone is using Instagram, but if you are using Instagram, then no one is interested to give you the jobs and whatever the offers you are looking for. And 95% of the competition is trash. 95% of the outside competition, if you are going for interviews, if you are writing for exams and all, 95% of the, sorry, can you please mute yourself or unmuting? Okay, everything is trash. Yeah, actually the competition with only 5% of the people outside. What that 5% of the people are doing is they are just investing their time into this kind of classes, improving their life and improving their skills and working on them and then doing the things. What remaining 95% of the people are doing? How you used to behave you are previously joining this class, like that's what they are doing. Just simply entire time they are not knowing what they are doing, scrolling through Instagram, WhatsApp, and then watching all the sad status, putting all the sad status and all. This is what the people are doing. Okay, so if you are in that category, then you will never get the job. Okay, yeah. Then what is optimism? As I said, it's a positive thinking, but not completely positivity. And when to be optimistic and when not to be optimistic, you should understand. I will tell you those things. Okay. And optimistic is nothing but who never give up and who thinks very positively, even though it was very difficult for them also, but still they continue to believe in themselves and do the things. Simple example. I'm not a politician. I don't support any party, but generally I'm saying the good example where you can connect. Just take one example as of Jagan Mohan Reddy. When the TDP was in government and 10 years back, it was very difficult for the Jagan to win, but he believed in himself. He did not give up and he continuously do hard work, and then he became the CM. And when he was being the CM, then Pawan Kalyan came into the picture, and there was no hope, but still he continued to by not giving up, and then he continued to do, and then he's doing up. The biggest optimistic people in our entire, in our human race is the politicians. If you see them, even though they knows that they are going to lose, but still they say that they are going to win. That's the positive thinking. By looking at them, we feel like, okay, this person is going to lose very badly, but still they show the positivity. That's why they are a very great optimistic thinkers. You take any field, okay, any field, always the great people always been the good optimistic people. They always feel like Today, maybe I'm a loser. I did not have the power and I could not change. But definitely one day I will do. After 5 years also, 10 years also, they will continue to be like that. And even if you come to Telangana, Revanth Reddy, okay, there was no hope that just three months back also, there was no hope that Telangana, Congress government is going to be, taking the rule. But within just 3 months, the Revanth Reddy believed in himself, did not give up, and then he continues to change the people's minds with his positive attitude, and then he completely changed the entire results output. That attitude is called as optimistic thinking. Even though you are in a very bad situation, to others it looks like very impossible to do. If you still, without giving up, if you do, then you are a optimistic thinker, optimistic person. For that kind of people only, success is comes. That kind of people only, happiness comes. That kind of people only, achievements comes. Not to the people when they tried for not even full 100% they tried, just they tried for the sake of trying and they lost and then they stopped doing. That kind of people we call them as a pessimistic people. Okay, pessimistic people. And you decide what kind of person you are, and you have seen already result what kind of person you are with the test. It's okay, you can change that attitude from being a pessimistic to an optimistic thinker. So on what basis I have conducted that test? On what basis I have conducted that test means, for every human being there is a different way of explanatory style about their own good things and bad things. Whatever happen in their life, any bad situation happens, any good situation happens, they explain about that situation either in a good way, either in a bad way. And we have a three different dimensions, means three different variations what we explain about a one situation. And if those, based on those three dimensions only, we can decide whether the person is a optimistic or pessimistic. What are they? And now you might be confusing, like when you are writing the exam, what is PVB, PGB, and GB and PVPS, right? Now you get the solutions for all your problems and all your doubts which are there. Okay, are you with me? You're following, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Interesting.
Yes, yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Understanding.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
no difficulty, nothing. Comfortable, right? Comfortable. Yeah.
Yes.
So please, again, please mute yourself and listen. What are the three dimensions? First one is a permanence. That's why if you see any question, there is a PM, PMG, PMB and all. PM is nothing but permanence. And then second one is a pervasiveness. PV questions all comes with a pervasiveness. And then last one is a personalization, PS questions. And if you see, you have seen 48 questions. All those 48 questions comes under these three categories. Based on these three categories only, we can decide a person whether he is an optimistic thinker or whether he is a pessimistic thinker. And here we have PMG, PMB, PVG, PVB, PSB, PSG. G means good, B means bad. Okay. PSB means personalization bad. PSG means personalization good. So clarity. Okay, I'll explain those things. What exactly permanence, pervasiveness, and personalization, I will explain very clearly. Now, what is the permanence? Can you guess? Permanence. Divide that word and guess the meaning. What it could be? Permanent.
Permanent.
Permanence. Permanent. Permanence
Constant.
means permanent. Permanent is nothing but permanence temporary. What it reveals? Permanent temporary. What it reveals?
Which stays for long.
Like
What
long
it
time.
reveals? Time. Permanence. Time. Based on the time, how you are explaining the things, based on the permanence concept, we can decide whether you are a pessimistic or optimistic. So we'll see how exactly time is related and how time and permanence is related. Permanence is nothing but permanent or temporary. Based on the permanent and temporary concept, we can tell the person whether he's a optimistic or pessimistic. Let's see. In a permanence concept, okay, in a permanence concept, when a bad event happens, when something bad happened in your life, suppose you failed in one interview, that's a bad event in your life. Correct? Agree? Failing in an interview is a bad event, or failing in exam is a bad event. So the moment when you fail in exam, that's why a lot of people commit suicide whenever they feel like. Why? They are a pessimistic people. By failing in one exam, because it's a bad event, when you are a pessimistic person, then you think it as a permanent. Failing in exam is a failing in life for you. And then that's where you feel like You are a constant failure. This failure is not temporary. It's not temporary. It's a permanent, like that you will feel. And then once you started thinking that it's a permanent, oh, how will I lead my life if I fail? Then automatically that negative thoughts comes and you feel very bad and then you commit suicide. That is action. Correct? Agree. And then you have done some mistake. Okay. You have done some mistake and you feel this is going to be forever. You will not change out of that. Suppose you got some health problem and you feel like this is going to be permanent, and then you automatically get panic and you feel like how I'm going to live with this disease and all. And then that's where you start thinking negatively. The more you think negatively, the more you feel negative. The more you feel negative, the bad you become. And then you automatically start doing unnecessary things and you will always in a problem, and your health will never become good if you are having this problem. Whereas optimistic people, when something has bad happened in their life, okay, if something like they failed in interview, it's okay, one interview, I have some other interview, but I'm not, it's a temporary problem for me, it's a temporary failure, but I'm not a complete failure. Tomorrow I will attend to one more interview and I'll clear it. If not 10 interviews, I'll attend 11th interview. That's how the mindset of the people. If it comes to politicians, if they fail in one election, they feel like, okay, I failed in this season or in this particular time, I will again, I'm not a complete failure, I will try one more time. That's how optimistic people think. Clear? When a bad event happens, how pessimistic people think and how optimistic people thinks, that decides whether you're optimistic person or pessimistic person. Now this is a bad situation scenario. When it comes to good situation scenario, vice versa. Now, okay, optimistic people think that when a good event happens, they think it's a permanent. Okay, if they suppose they have cleared the exam, if they cleared the interview, now they feel like they are winners, they are achievers. But whereas these pessimistic people think that, okay, I am lucky at this time only, I'm not complete, my life is entire not luck, I'm lucky in this moment only, and at this time only I'm lucky, but I'm not completely forever not lucky. They always try to be very specific when it comes to very time oriented, very temporary. They feel like this success is temporary, like that they will feel. The pessimistic people think that this success is, whenever a good event happens, they feel like this good will only stay with me for some time only, like that they will feel. And again they feel like, if you feel like, okay, this goodness, happiness will only stay with you for only one day, what will happen? You will again worried about tomorrow, right? Again you will be worried about tomorrow. But whereas optimistic people think that, okay, it is going to be permanent, then they feel happy today and tomorrow every day. So that's the difference between good and bad event happens. How your explanatory style changes, based on that it will change. So remember, every time when it comes to time, never ever completely permanently, when you use these things, then you should understand when you are using such things, either in a bad situation or either good situation. Whenever it is a bad, always think that it's a temporary, and whenever it's a good, think that it's a permanent. Then you are a good optimistic thinker. If you do vice versa, complete opposite, whenever there is a something bad is happening, you think it is a permanent, and then whenever a bad event happening, you are thinking that it's a temporary, then you are going to be pessimistic. Clear, right? Concept. This is what permanence. Permanence is about time, and you should always be specific when it comes to bad. You should always be permanent when it comes to good. Then you will become completely highly successful optimistic thinker. Okay. Next, coming to the other explanatory style, pervasiveness. Pervasiveness is all about space. Okay, pervasiveness is all about space. So space is nothing but, we have two differences: universal or local. Okay, universal, local. What it means? Suppose your health is not good. That is a one part of your life, and you have good relationship, you have good financial condition, and you have other businesses and all. What you will do is, when the something happens in one area of your life, you think it is happening in every area of your life. You feel it as a universal. You feel it as a universal, but it is only happening in one area. It's just think like, one person betrayed you, one of your friend betrayed you. Then what will be your status? Don't believe in friends. Okay, all friends are cheaters. Okay, one girl cheated you. Then you will say it as universal. Girls, all girls are cheaters. Same with the boys. But that is what pessimistic people think. That is what pessimistic people thinks. You try to be very specific. So and so girl, so and so name, so and so person betrayed me, and only one person betrayed me. But and you, when you are saying all girls don't believe in women and all, your mother is woman, right? Your mother is a girl or a woman or a female, and your friends, your best friends, and all your sisters, siblings are all also women, right? How can you say that everyone? So be careful, be specific. Whenever a bad event is happening, you should always think specific. Then you become an optimistic thinker. Whenever when it comes to pessimistic people, right, they think one area is not going good in their life, they feel every area in their life is bad only. Then there are a lot of good things are happening and you are only concerned about one bad event which is happening in your life. Then obviously how will you be happy and how will you be successful and how will you continue? Nowhere. You are always continue to be a pessimistic, thinking that okay, my health is not good, I don't want to go to work because my work is also anyhow going to be impacted and all. If you start doing all the good things, then one day definitely your life will be in a big trouble. By just concerning about one problem, if you started spreading it like a disease in other areas of your life, then your life will be in a complete mess. You can't come out of it, and then you will be always struggling with so many different problems in your life. Clear? When a bad event happens, you should always be specific where bad happened with one person in one area in one direction. Be specific. And when something is, if you are trying to do, then opposite, okay, then it's when good happens, be universal. Suppose you cracked one interview, then you should say that I am a winner, I am an achiever. But pessimistic people feel like I only cleared this interview. The interviewers are good. The interviewer is good. That's why I cleared. You give the things, the credits to someone else when you're a pessimistic people. But when you're optimistic people, you feel like it's my hard work. I did a lot of hard work and I spent so much of time and then did it. But whereas pessimistic people always think that it's my luck. On the day my luck is good, that's why I achieved. Whereas optimistic people feels like I did something hard work and that's why I got this. So see the difference, how they are explaining the situations. Based on that, you will be either a good optimistic thinker or a bad pessimistic person. Good versus bad. Understood the concept difference, right? And be specific. Be specific. Now you understood? Be specific about the area. Be accurate about the time. Two areas, permanence and pervasiveness. Then if you are being accurate to the time and then area, simple. One example. You failed in relationship. You say that I am failed in this one relationship and I am having some rough patch at this moment only. Don't think that this will continue for entire your life. Don't think that every relationship is going to be the same thing. If you are that thinking, if you have such kind of thinking pattern, no one will stop you on this planet to achieve your goal, to succeed in your life. That's what I am doing in my life. I'll tell you my story, simple story. When I was in my BTech second year, I was writing one test. For that test, me and my friend prepared for nearly 1 week, completed day and night by spending 16 hours per day. And then we are both writing the exam. And me and he was sitting side by side together. We are taking the test online. And there is it's a lab. In the lab, we are taking the test. And if we clear that exam, then we are allowed to get the job. And for me, getting the job in the BTech second year was the dream because I am having so many financial problems. And we both are prepared same level because we have only one laptop to prepare. We both sat together and discussed and prepared, and everything we prepared almost same. And we both were writing the exam. It was 40 marks exam, okay? And we should get 28 marks to qualify. We should get 28 marks to qualify. And we both are writing and we should attempt the 40 question. Then we can, if we can clear, cutoff is 28. And I have almost completed 38 questions and I'm writing the 39th question. And then suddenly my system was shut down. The lab system was shut down. And then I have last 2 minutes time to attempt the two questions. And then suddenly my system was shut down. And I restarted my system. And then it took 1.5 minute, 2 minutes time. Then when I opened, then it showed your test is completed. And then immediately it's online test. We can see immediately results. And the result was it's a 27 marks. And my friend got 29. My friend got 29. We both prepared the same, but I could not. And everyone came to me and started saying that, Rakesh, sorry, I think it's your bad luck. And I started getting tears in my eyes because I prepared so much and my friend and me prepared same, but he got with 1 mark. And maybe out of two questions, I would have answered one more question. Maybe I would have got 28, at least not 28. I would have cleared and I would have passed it, right? But it did not happen. Then I feel like why I'm like this. At that time only I was playing the cricket and then my leg was broken. and I had to go through one ACL surgery, okay, leg surgery, and it costed me nearly 2 lakhs. But luckily, Arogyasri card and all, it was costed only for 50,000. But still, that same thing happened at that time only. And I was thinking that why everything has happened to me in my life? Why entire my life is like this? Why I lost my mother when I was in 10th class? Why I'm now having this problem? Why I'm failing in my interviews and everything? Why I'm failing? Why I'm this much unlucky? I am asking the God, like, why you given me this life? And then everyone is coming and saying, sorry, Rakesh, I think we have never seen you know, this much unluckiest person in our entire life. I think you are the most unluckiest person and you are the brand ambassador of unluckiest thing. Okay. So then on that day, I feel like real, I am the unluckiest person. But when I got to know about this topic, at that time, I was a topper actually. I was a topper in my academics. I was very privileged to go and take the gold medal in my BTech second year itself. But I was not thinking about that area. There was a good is happening also in my life. And I'm having the friends who are all there for me to support me in a financial way in any field. But I'm not thinking about them. And I'm having my parents who are taking care of me in a very well manner, but still I'm not thinking. And still I'm thinking I'm the unluckiest person. And then I changed my thinking pattern. And I labeled myself at the time I was unluckiest person and all. And every time I'm saying why I'm getting all more problems, bad problems and all. The moment when I started saying all more problems, I am only getting. But the day when I changed my self-talk, no, I am not the unluckiest person. I am the most luckiest person. And these bad events are happening for me to change my life. I am not recognizing it. God is helping me in a lot of ways to change my life. But me being conditioned to myself to learn helplessness, thinking that I can't change my life, God is pushing me so hard so that I can change my life. And then I decided on the day I want to change my life in a way that it should be a dream change for a lot of people. And then onwards, I have never looked back myself again. And the first step which I've taken to change and transform my life was working on my communication skills. Okay. That's where everything starts. You may be thinking that communication is a problem to you. There is a two types of communication. One is external, what I'm doing now. One is internal, what I do with my inner self. If you can't fix the internal communication, you never be a good external communicator. And that's where initially I worked on my internal communication to make myself inner talk more accurate and more appropriate, more positive. And then my external talk started changing, and started people started feeling positive about me. People started seeing the confidence in me, and they started feeling very happy being around me. And that's where I started attracting the more good people into my life, more opportunities and more success, more happiness. Clear? And stop labeling yourself in a bad way. Stop using the tag option whenever there is a bad post and about you describing. It's okay, you are not doing up to the mark, but don't tag and don't label yourself. Be careful with that. Okay. Unnecessarily, you are only inviting your problems into your life. Why? Thought has certain energy and frequency. Entire world is a energy and frequency. Then suddenly you are keeping a negative thought. What will happen? Entire universe feels like you want more negative problems in your life, because your mind works as a magnet. The more you keep negative thoughts, the more it attracts more negative thoughts, more negative people, more negative situations, and everything is a negative. Then how can you be positive? How can you be happy in your life? How can you be healthy? Never ever. Okay. Then two explanations completed. Third one, personalization. Okay. Personalization is always about thinking that it's me. For the situations where there is no direct control over, also recently only when I was taking the explanation about personalization concept, I explained this actually. Okay. Whenever a bad event happens when it comes to personalization, where it's low self-esteem, people think that it's because of me only everything is happening bad. Suppose simple in our tradition, Indian tradition, when somebody is going out, when you come across in front of them, you yourself feeling like you're a bad sign, you're a bad sign, or you're a bad signature or anything, and you come in front of them, and then something has happened, accident happened to that person who come just in front of you while they are leaving the home, and you started thinking you are the reason for their accident. But the person who is driving, who was drank, and then he did not see, and the road was not good, and it was a night time, he was not wearing the helmet and all, and he met with an accident and there was an injury. There are a lot of other reasons are there, but the bad event happened and you started feeling it's because of you. Where is the direct connection? Where is the direct connection? When India match lost with in a World Cup final, you started thinking that you changed the TV channel. That's why only India lost, and you are sitting your sofa. That's why only it lost. Then where is the connection? Okay, so see, that is what happens. The problem. This is what low confident people and pessimistic people in this way. But optimistic people think it's because of him. I tried my best, but he lost. Irrespective of my best, he lost. Then it's not my problem. That is how you should be. It's not about avoiding the responsibilities, but unnecessary responsibilities. There is no direct contact with you. So be careful with this. It literally downs your self-esteem. Self-esteem, nothing but the kind of confidence within you will go down. You don't feel very high in yourself, in your own self. You always feel calm and more, negative, and then you are always reserve yourself to you, and then you can't change. But when it comes to bad event happens, sorry, when it comes to good event happens, optimistic people think, yeah, I've done so much hard work, and because of me, the project was successful. I was a team leader. That's why that project was successful. I am the trainer for this communication people. That's why these people improved. And that's why they are improving. That's what the optimistic person thinking. But whereas pessimistic people thinks that it's them, because of them it is like that. So especially be careful with these thinking patterns. And these are the three important areas where you should improve in terms of your explanatory style. Be accurate, be specific to the point and the time, and be specific to the area of the location of the incident or the of your problem. And then make sure that it is really your responsibility or someone else's responsibility. And then you can be a completely optimistic thinker. You can always feel very happy and successful, and you can achieve anything, whatever you want. That is what I'm going through now in my life. After changing myself to an optimistic thinker, now a lot of people think that, Rakesh, I think anything is possible for you. They feel like that, and I also feel the same thing. Why? Simple reason. I know the techniques of how to be optimistic. Okay. Now I just want to tell you few quotes related to these things. Men are not disturbed by the events in their life. There could be a bad event happens, there could be a good event happens. But how they explain about the event, how they look at the event will decide whether it is a bad event or good event. And that is what disturbs the people. That is what disturbs the people. It's completely up to you. How are you going to see that? In my case, as I said, right, I have gone through so many problems in my life, financial, relationship, and everything, whatever you consider, loss of loved ones and loss of opportunities, and failed in very deserving exams and all. I failed in everything. But at that time, I used to think that why these things are happening to me. But now I feel like those things happened in my life. That's why I'm this much strong in my life. What has changed? The way I look at my problems has changed. Not the problems changed. The way I look at the problems changed. Everything else changed. That is what I want you to understand whenever you encounter any problem. Then there is no scope for negative thinking, self doubts, and low confidence and all. You feel always happy and high, irrespective of the results. Okay. And one more thing, very important quotation. Between your stimulus and response. Stimulus, nothing but I slapped you on your cheek, and then you are going to slap me again under my sleep. Okay, that is the response. Stimulus is nothing but I am slapping you on your cheek, and then response is you are slapping me on my cheek. That's the response. In between, there is a microsecond gap is there. That's where your freedom lies in. Either you can decide whether to slap me or not to slap me. Why I slapped you? There was a mosquito which is biting your cheek. Then I just slapped to kill that. But you did not understand why I slapped you, and then you slapped me back. And that's what the problem is. We don't use that freedom of thinking in between stimulus and response, and then we do all the things automatically out of automatic actions and reactions. But if you can use that space, that gap between what happened to you, what you are going to do, how you are going to react, if you can take some time and pause and think and do, that is called response. Okay. What immediately you are doing is a reaction. What you are doing by just thinking is called a response. Always respond to the situations, but don't react to the situations. The more you react, the more negative you become. The more you respond, the more you become positive. That's what I want to understand. Okay. So use that freedom, then your life will change. This quote is from the book called The Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. Excellent book. It will tell you how much You have the great freedom to choose your life. I'll tell you the story of Viktor Frankl once after I stop this presentation. Then go and read that book. It's a psychology book, but very excellent book, easy to read. And I will tell you after some time. If you are my student, I will tell you when to read this book. Okay, don't buy now, but in the future, you can buy this book. Okay. And what if you're a pessimistic person? What areas exactly you are going to have a problem in your life? If you're a pessimistic person, where are the areas you are going to affect your life? One is you are going to be more depressed. If you are a pessimistic person, you are always prone to become a depressed person. You will always immediately get the depression without even any reasons. Also, you will get immediately. And you active less at work. You don't want to do any work. You always feel like lazy, lethargic, and you don't want to get you don't want to do the work, and you don't have any interest to do and all. And your health, physical health, and immunity power goes down. You don't have good health, and you always encounter always cold and flu and fever, headache, stomach ache. I often listen this, but I always feel why I don't get these X and all the stomach ache, headache and all. I don't get. And I always, and recently my sister called me and she asked me, "How are you, Anna?" I said, "I'm excellent and happy." And she asked me, "Anna, why don't you get any problem in your life when it comes to health? You don't say anytime my head is paining, my neck is paining, my stomach is paining." I never listened this word from any time in my life. I say, I'm an optimistic person. I don't get these small diseases. Okay. Even if they come also, they will not stay with me for a long time. Yeah. Even if they come also, they will not stay with me long time. Why? If you are if you are in a relationship, if you are not giving time to that person, what will happen? He will immediately do breakup with you, right? He don't want to stay with you. Agree? We will choose someone else. In the same way, if I am not giving any attention to my problem or any health issues, if I am not at all considering I am having health issue, then what it will feel, this man is not at all giving bloody respect to me, why should I stay with him? It's better I will find someone else who loves me and who stays with me for a long time, who will suffer with me and who treats me like he keep all his works aside, and he will only treat me as if I am the only person in his life. Means when you are unhealthy, what you do, you keep everything aside and you will only worried concerned about your health, right? Huh. They will, the diseases love that kind of people, and they will always attack such kind of people only. Okay. Then life is not as pleasurable. They don't find any pleasure in anything. They go to movie, but still they come back and again feel the same thing. They go to outside with the parties and friends, and again they come back and feel the same thing. They go to temple and babas or gurus and magicians and mathematicians, every psychologist, but again they feel same. There is no pleasure. They don't get the pleasure out of their life. They feel boring. Their entire life is boring. They feel my days are very boring, nothing new and all. Why? Because you don't know how to lead your life. But if you ask me, life is so pleasurable. Every day is a great opportunity for me to do something great in my life. Why? I'm an optimistic thinker. If you're an optimistic thinker, then you can also have the similar kind of proudness. What I'm saying now, I'm saying these things and all with a lot of full of pride. You can also say these things in the same way. Okay. So thank you so much for listening me my presentation from past 45 minutes. I hope 40 minutes. I've done justice to your time by teaching you what you have never learned in your entire 16 years of education, maybe whatever your age, your entire life, no one taught you these things. And now you got to know what exactly the root cause of your problem in your suffering. And if you are always going to the root cause, then you can eliminate it, right? If you are going to doctor, if you are having any pains, what they will do, they'll give the painkiller, morphine. Morphine suppress the pain, not removes the pain. It will not go and act on the pain. It will just suppressing nothing, but your brain will not receive the pain signals. That is called suppression. But pain is there already. Pain is there. The wound is there. And you are trying to suppress and thinking that my pain has gone. No, pain will again reappear next day. But if you can go and see what is happening in your knee, why exactly the pain is coming, if you can remove that, then you will not get the pain again. That is called working on the root cause. In our class, if especially when it comes to communication skills problem, I directly go and see your root cause of the problem, not the symptoms. Okay. Sorry. How can I stop this? Yeah. Understand? So this is what. Yeah, this is what the problem in our lives, in our day-to-day lives. And if you are suffering with these problems, then this class will help you. This class will help you. and I've explained everything clearly what exactly happened in your life. You are feeling like, oh, this person is talking about me like that. You are feeling right when I'm explaining. You are feeling like, okay, this example is completely suitable to me, and like that you are feeling right. Yes, that's
Yes.
what the knowledge of 4.5 years of research and experience and reading everything. I had dealt with people like you, hundreds of people from past 4.5 years, and I've cured them successfully. Those who have committed, tried to suicide also have committed 2 times, but God's grace, they somehow luckily saved their life by someone else, and they joined in the class, and now they are doing great things in their life. I'll bring them one day as a guest into the class. See how it is possible, how it is possible for me to change the people, because my mother suffered with this problem, okay, and my sister suffered with this problem. Then I decided why people are suffering, why there is no alternative, and then why I'm not suffering with the same problems. That's what the question is. And then I started doing the research. Even though I come from mechanical background, I have into software industry, and then being a communication skill trainer, I always I'm very curious to know how human mind and brain works and how the universe works. And with that, I started reading psychology, neuroscience, spirituality, physics, biology, and epigenetics, spirituality, and law of attraction, whatnot. Everything, whatever which looks fascinating for me, I started reading everything and getting lot of knowledge. And what I get to know that everything is connected. After reading all the different genres of the knowledge, I come to the conclusion that everything is connected, and why we are missing that very big missing link. That's what connecting the dots. You listen this word, right? Connecting the dots. I started connecting the dots, and then everything started changing. Whoosh. That is what the power of communication. Got it? If you know how to use your words effectively, you can influence the person. If you can influence the person can change his life. That is my strength. I am having the strength of communicating very effectively. What is there in my mind? If you have that skill, you can be highly successful in this 21st century. Clear? Yes. Thank you. Hope you liked. How is the session? You got the answers for your problems.
Yes, sir.
Great, sir.
Wonderful, sir.
Yes, sir.
Understood everything what
Yes.
I explained.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We understood.
So our Indian education system don't focus on communication skills. Why? Whenever you want to speak, they will always keep quiet. In the classroom, what exactly most of the time teachers say, be silent, be silent, be silent. If you are every time being silent, how will you be a good communicator, man? You'll become more introvert. Being silent, 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 you'll become more introvert. That's what you will become. You'll good at in, being keeping yourself everything inside, and then obviously when you're trying to say something to your friends and group of people, what will your teacher come in between? Don't make noise. Be silent. Yeah, we will be silent in the classroom. But why don't you arrange every week 1 hour or 2 hours for speaking itself? Where we can talk to all the group of people in our class, and we can go onto the stage and we can talk to, and we can talk to the meetings, and they don't, because they don't know. First, themselves, they are not good communicators. 95% of the teachers are not good communicators. Okay, that's why you hate certain subjects. That's why you hate math. That's why you hate physics. Why? Their inability to explain the concept in the easiest way. Now you are not having any basics in psychology, but I don't have any basics in psychology. Still, I am able to make concept very easy, right? Why? Because of my communication skills. In the same way, whatever the subject it is, if you find the right person for that subject, the way you experience the subject will change, and the subjects will no more become a difficult or tough for you. Okay. And one more thing is, they don't teach anything about relationships. Okay. Yeah, not the relationship which you are going to have with the other opposite gender, but generally the relationships which are going to be with your family members, with the society, with the friends, and with the people around you and all, and with other living entities also. And that's why nowadays there are a lot of divorce cases are happening, because they never know how to be with the people and how to understand the opposite feelings and emotions and all. They think that technical skills, maths, physics, and all is going to be help them and feed them. No. After being a good great in your academics and gaining marks and 100 out of 100, if you don't know how to handle your own spouse, then how are you going to have a peaceful marriage life? They don't teach such things. And then They tell you what is a 1 plus 1 equal to 2, 2 plus 2 equal to 4 and all. They will tell you all the mathematical things, but they will never help you to understand the financial concepts, finance concepts, unless until you are pursuing CA, CMA, CMER and all those things only. And if you are, but finance is needed for everyone, right? Finance is needed for everyone. Everyone now, everything runs on the money only. But we don't learn that, how we can generate the wealth. These three areas where our Indian education system is missing and lacking. And I want to fill that gap with my own knowledge. And that's why I always tell the people, whenever new persons, I will tell that whatever you learned in last 16 years, I'm going to, add value to that 16 years of your education with the 3 months. And you are going to feel like 100 times more valued in my class with my sessions. But people feel like it's look exaggerating. They feel like I'm doing overaction. Okay. I'm no
Wow.
doing exaggerating and all, but no, no, I don't want you to join with the people are calling me, right? If they give that 10 minutes of time, I can easily pull them into the class. I have that power to change their entire mind and pull
Yeah.
them. But I don't do that. I always give the freedom to them. If they want to come, they will come. If they don't want, they will not. That's the freedom I want. I give them. If I really manipulate the people, I am very good at it manipulating the people, not manipulate exactly, persuading. Okay. I just recently told what is the difference between manipulating and persuading. Manipulating nothing but changing your mind and getting the benefits alone. I am only getting the benefits. That is called manipulating. Whereas persuading nothing but you and me both get the benefits by changing your mind. That is what I do in my class. That's all from my end for today's session. Thank you so much for joining and attending to my class. And some of the old people, sorry, new people still there. Hope they also got something out of this class. And I hope I did not make you feel bored for this 1 hour. Yes.
No, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
If
No,
every
of course.
teacher teaches you the subjects in this way, then how will you get the boring? You like every subject. Okay. So
Definitely.
yeah, that's what I want to tell. I allow only 4 feedbacks for today's session. 4 feedbacks per one minute. Unmute yourself. This is the best way to show your gratitude. Okay, unmute yourself and share how you felt and how was the presentation and what you learned. Don't explain everything. Just share your how you felt, how is the presentation. Yes, Jay Pujita.
Sir, good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. So I shared some of the my personal things to you. So whenever you are saying each and every point, I can easily relate to the things, and I was like, okay, like I have to do in this way, and I have to think in this perspective. And like when I was taking the test, also I was like taking in all the parameters, and I was like, uh, it should be what could be done in that situation to be. Uh, uh, like how others could help get benefited from it, but not like how I could be happy. Like I'm thinking in a perspective where I can make others happy, irrespective of what makes me happy, sir. So from this session, I've learned so many things, and I can relate so many things from my personal life, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Next, one more person.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. This is really a great session, and I saw differences between past and now. I seen recently some changes also, and when I am writing exam, in past days, I think in that question, in other when someone is getting benefits, in that way only I thought and I wrote that answer. But today I have seen why I'm thinking like that. I can do. That's why I get that score today, and I'm also hopeful nowadays because I saw in last week also I saw in front of people. If it is late, also I can do something in my life with full of confidence. I said that words. Today, whenever you are saying this all words, I realize it, and this is really a great session. It will helpful to in any ways in your life. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Oh, who's that sharing? In Pujita. I think you're sharing something. Yeah. Okay, listen. Understand? If you're a pessimistic person, suppose, what will you do? First thing, you will think this entire life is a problem for you. Permanent. Every problem is a permanent. That's the one thing. And then what you will feel, entire your life is with full of mess, and it will become every area of your life is a problem, and the entire life is going to be like that only. And then you think that you can't do anything in your life. Personalization. If you are thinking in that way, then how will you get an interest to study for tomorrow's exam? How will you believe in yourself to clear the interviews and get the job and to improve your communication skills? Because, and you are not good in your studies, you are not intelligent, and you are not great in any field like that, everything you are saying, then what will happen, it will keep you restricted not to take action. You will not take the action. What will you do? You will always simply say, my life is like that, I can't do anything like that. And then if you started doing like that, then your life will be like that only. No one will change. Yes. Who want to give next?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah, today what you share are all related to what I am feeling before. After joining, I feel before I used to everyday negative self-talk and low confidence, whatever it is gone through bad things. I'm always through around that like rounding from that situation. I'm not able to think like positive way, and our environment of my in my family or neighbors also think like maybe that is all we are thinking. Let me tell you one. My grandmother is when moon is came first day, it's like a small. She says she want to when she say moon, then then she want to see me only, because she feel like when you I am that entire 1 month I am good, like that she told to me every month. Like that things are happen in our daily life. And coming to this what you said, all are changes when we are follow this all things in our life, definitely we can change in our lives. Thank you, sir, for such nice presentation.
Yeah, thank you. Last person. Yes, Sampath.
Good evening, all. Actually, sir, I got a score negative, but actually, that is whatever you told me, na, that is happening to me only. Whenever I try to think positive, rather than a lot of things I will get negative only. Feeling like low confidence. It will not fit. This is not fit for me. Everything I used to get a lot of things in my mind. So because of that only, I think I got a negative. So this session helped me a lot. I will make it in a positive. I hope you can make me in a. You will teach me in a good manner so that I can get it in a positive mark score, sir. Thank you very much. It helped
Thank you
me a
so much,
lot.
Sampath.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely you are going to change. Okay. Okay then. Thank you all. Thanks for joining, even though it's Saturday night, by just keeping all your appointments aside, and then you might have joined. So I'm really feel very happy. If you can just put this effort in your life, then life can be easily changed. But we always invest time into temporary enjoyments and pleasures. Going to movies and parties and all makes you even more stress. You are not knowing actually. So the real
Sir,
pleasure, yes.
one more thing I need to mention.
Yeah, please.
When I thought that I need to improve my communication skills, I was searching in Instagram and YouTube. I got your video. I only saw your two videos. Immediately I got that this person will definitely help me, and immediately I pinned you. So that is what got positive from sir.
Okay. Yeah, that's what. uh, so great. Maybe if you are how you are thinking, if other people also think, then our class will go very good. But it will happen very soon, no issue. Okay. So, and one more thing, okay, remember, I always feel there is a huge connection between how people enter into our class and the entire universe. Okay. So it only visible to them, the people who need this and who are in the very, very needy place, okay, needy situation. Like they are like completely at the edge, that if they can't find this class, they'll be completely hopeless, helpless, and their life will be in a full of troubles. That kind of situation only this class will be visible to you. And you may be posting as your status about this class, and a lot of people are blind to see this class. Okay, for them it's a blurry, they can't see clearly this class. But there is a situation comes in their life, they feel like this is the only thing they can see in their life. That's what the situation comes. To such kind of people on this class is visible. And I don't know, it's a magic or it's something, back, some force is working or like that. I don't know, but that's what I feel, because I know all of your stories, right? While talking to you, I get to know about you personally. Everything I ask you, right? Personal things and all. So I feel okay, because of that reason only they came to. And you know what exactly? Whenever I go to temple, what I say, a lot of people might know, but some people may not know. But I'll tell you one thing, okay? Whenever I go to temple, I always say only one thing to the God: please send the people who need me, whom you feel like I can help, and then send such kind of people only. And then realize those kind of people only comes. And after knowing their stories, I feel like if I don't meet these people, how their life would be. That's what my question is. How many of you feel like how you
Yeah,
feel
that is
like
what
in the
I
same
feel.
way? How many of you feel like if I don't meet this person, how my life would have been?
That is what I
Almost,
said, sir.
almost,
Yeah.
almost everyone, right? So this is the beauty of this class, okay? And this is the beauty. And understand the value, and then definitely give your efforts. Whatever I'm asking you to do, right? Reading, listening, speaking, and all, joining, and all. I am doing 10 times more than you to give you the best. Do you know how much difficult it is to read these books and all? I'll show you tomorrow in our class books, okay? What kind of books I read to give this knowledge in this simple way. But at the same time, I don't want you to completely depend. You have the power to read. You can also get this knowledge. You can change your knowledge. You can change your life. You can change the people's lives also in your life. But you should just get this habit. The problem is why we don't have this habit is no one reads around in our surrounding. No one tell the value of these books, value and all. And no one knows how to make this reading habit a normal and easy thing. And they make it is very big complex. Only intelligent people read these books. Only great people read these books and all, like that they portray. But what they don't tell you is that by reading these books only, they became great and intelligent. That they fail to tell you. If you can read and if you can understand, then you can also be intelligent and great, right? So that's the reason. Happened is happened so far. It's okay. This is the right time for you to change, to rechange, to reshape your entire life and future. And along with you, you can also change your family, you can change your siblings, you can change anybody around in your surrounding. Once you start being healthy, once you start being active and confident in your life, then everyone around you will become the same. When I started following my diet in my room, when I started going to gym, no one followed in the beginning, and everybody started laughing at my gym diet and gym and all. But now everybody is doing whatever I'm doing, and they don't even allow. Sometimes I also eat, sometimes highly food and all, but they don't eat. So see how I changed them within just a matter of 6 months. Anything can be changed. Everyone will change. Only thing is you should stick to what is good for you. You should not change your good things because of someone, some other people. Be strong with what you believe in and do those things only. Then automatically people will become your followers. People will become your followers, and then they will blindly follow you without even questioning you. Okay. Yes, thank you. We'll meet on Monday in our respective sessions. What I want you to do is write down the feedback. Now you have everything is in your fresh, everything is fresh in your mind. Write down everything, whatever you learned before you go to sleep. If you have a time, make that time, because you are working on your life's mission, not communication, life's itself. Write down everything clearly. I've explained with the beautiful images and explanation and examples. Write down everything what you have understood from the video. You should be in a position to explain in your family members who can understand these things and all. That's how you should write. And then on Monday, I will be asking very in detail what you have understood and specific questions to you. And be ready. And we'll meet in our respective sessions on Monday. All the best. Happy learning. And don't worry, I'm there for you to support you in any situation. Always reach out to me if you are going through any problem in your life. Okay. I will help you. I will definitely uplift your mood and feelings. And thank you all. Bye. Take care. We'll meet on Monday. And one more thing. Thank you so much, people. Those who have kept the comments under the video, and really it means a lot. I really felt very happy after reading your comments, and I feel like okay, I'm doing the right thing. And thanks for your support, and thanks for your love and caring and sharing and all. Okay, so bye.
Thank you,
Take
sir.
care.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you.